Today we are tearing down the shiny, slippery, and surprisingly fragile iPhone 12 Pro. Whether you're here to fix yours, learn something new, or just enjoy someone else's void or warranty, you're in the right place. Let's dive in before Apple changes their screws again. Let's start with the gear. You will need a pentalobe screwdriver, a tri-point, a Phillips, a plastic pry tool, suction cup, tweezers, and nerves of steel. Power up your phone. Seriously, do not miss this, or you end up with a Face ID that only works when you look scared. But in this case, our screen doesn't respond to touch, so we're gonna just take it off. Apply gentle heat to soften the adhesives on the screen. Although this screen is bad, let's still give it a chance and try to be gentle. Oh look, the screws are screwed, if you know what I mean. They're worn out. I won't just try taking it off the phone, or I'll try hitting it up to soften the adhesive on the screen and use a suction cup to pull out the screen. But in this case, the screws are screwed and the screen is bad. It's not touching the calibration, right? It's not touching the screen on the touch screen. It's not functioning. So in this case, we're just gonna try yanking it off with a razor and nerves of steel. So I'm gonna slowly work my way around like I'm trying to separate two friends in a toxic relationship. And you want to leave the screen from the right to the left, not the left to the right, unless you enjoy short-circuiting, flex cable, and crying when nobody's watching. So here's the inside of your iPhone 12 Pro in all its glory. Beautiful and looking elegant. So we unscrew and take out these metal plate covers covering the flex or protecting the flex. Keep them aside. 3 tri-point screws. The screws Apple uses when they really want to give up and go to the store. Honestly, Apple loves screws. I think they have a whole department whose sole job is invested in making new screw types just to mess with us. iPhone interiors or iPhone insides are always looking organized and beautiful. And the first rule of a teardown is the battery. Battery first. Disconnect it before anything else. This isn't just a tip, it's a commandment. Electricity and metal tools are a dangerous combo. This is like turning off the stove before fixing the burners. Unclip the screen flex or screen cables, depends on what you want to call it, but just be careful. Set the screen aside and resist the urge to juggle it. Now let's tackle the back glass. This part is fun. If you define fun as hitting glass until it nearly cracks and then poking it with a blade. Use a hot plate or a heat gun. If your phone starts to smell like burnt toast, you've gone too far. So first and first, let's get this warmed up on a hot plate. Cook it for a while because I'm hungry, but the iPhone ain't gonna be enough to fill me up. Let the heat from the hot plate soften the adhesives. And on the back glass panel, it's just like trying to peel a sticker off a brand new laptop. This takes a bit of finesse, and no matter how durable a glass is, a glass is a glass. Act your rig. Slipping a razor blade and slowly start to work your way around, but in this case, a plastic. You have to watch out for the camera bumps and the charging coil behind the glass, or you just start a side quest called fixing more stuffs you just broke. Glass may crack, it's okay, that's normal. This thing is glued on than money in a stingy man's wallet. If you thought removing the screen was fun, welcome to the boss fight, the back glass panel. This thing is glued down harder than a toddler's hand in a candy jar. I wouldn't just stick it on. It made sure even regret couldn't pry it off. If it starts to crack, don't panic. The iPhone back glass comes off like peeling a potato. Just, more expensive and with slightly more strawberry. And finally, pop it off. Hopefully in one piece. If it's shattered, welcome to the glitter party. Wear gloves and get ready for vacuum duty. If you're watching this video, there's a 95% chance that you're either using an iPhone or Android. How many OS? Not so sure. There's a 5% chance, though that's where the 5% is left for. And that, my friends, is how you remove the iPhone 12 Pro back glass without selling your soul to the genius bar. Clean up the leftover adhesive with, as appropriate, alcohol, my pronunciation, and a scraper. Once it's off, clean the frame. If you're replacing the glass, apply fresh adhesive and align it carefully. Use a clamp or rubber band to hold everything together in place. In this case, the owner of this phone requested for a customization. He doesn't want to use a white glass anymore. He wants to use a dark gray color. So that's exactly what we'll be doing for him. If you're placing with a new glass, add fresh adhesive, align it perfectly, and press it down evenly. Clamp it if you've got clamps, or just set it under a heavy book and hope for the best. In my case, I'm using rubber band and I'm hoping for the best. Fun fact: aligning this perfectly on the first try increases your chances of becoming a Jedi. Once it's placed, apply even pressure, not too much. This on iPhone. Then let it cure, let it set, let it vibe. Don't pick it up to check if it's stuck. That's the glue equivalent of poking a cake before it's baked. Congratulations, the back glass is on. The glue is setting. And if you're like me, your hands are now a little sticky. Now that that is done, I'm going to get it into the UV machine to make the adhesive dry faster while we start working on the screen, transferring components from the older screen to a new screen, like no other thing than the earpiece speaker. Here we unscrew the earpiece speaker with more of the 3-thread screws and transfer it down to the new screen, replacement screen. Okay, time to attach this new screen. Then to reconnect the flex cable like you're proposing marriage to them. Each connector should click in like a polite handshake. If it crunches, scrunches, or makes you winks, that's not a vibe. Make sure the battery is still disconnected until after the display is fully plugged in, unless you enjoy spontaneous sparks and explaining why you now own a very expensive paperweight. Why this little shield feels like they're holding national secrets? One screw and suddenly face ID retires. Speaking of screws, remember where each one goes or don't and just live dangerously. First life without a mystery rattle. Now carefully fold the screen down, align it like a pizza box, and press it closed like you hope nothing is going to pop off. Time to test everything. Touch screen, swipe smooth, just like butter glass. It is kind of gross, but you get the idea. Let's check brightness, call out ready. You can also open the camera app if you see your own face staring back. Congrats, it's working. If nothing shows up and it's still just black, either the screen is faulty or it's a metaphor for your sleep schedule. And there you have it. One fully repaired iPhone 12 Pro back glass reinstalled, screen tested, and no visible smoke. We'll call that a win. If you haven't survived, hit that like button. If I survived, hit subscribe. I end it. Let me know in the comments how many screws you ended up with after your repair. If you have extra, congrats. You're officially part of the Mystery Screw Club. And if nothing worked and your phone is now a stylish coaster, don't worry. You're just one repair closer to becoming an Apple genius. Thanks for watching. I've been your host, your guide, your unpaid therapist through this delicate iPhone operation. Stay curious, stay careful, and remember, if you can't fix it, film it anyway.